Welcome back, y'all, to another EP review from the Hip Hop Babies.
Mm-hmm.
So, your host, Dead Lee. I got my boy Ray with me. Y'all know what it is.
Yes, sir.
Crazy day today. Like, what are we reviewing?
Did you really just say like what? Hey, the Ice Spice, we all changing up. Let's go.
This is a day in history for sure. Ice Spice dropped her first EP, so it finally gives us an excuse to review it because I feel like singles, like, they's cool and shit, but what were we really reviewing? You know, it's like an internet trend, you know, you're going to say it's lame and then everybody's going to be like, we getting into this, bro. We really getting into this. What's the standout track on here, bro?
What's the standout track? I don't know, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I didn't really like this EP, but I see why people like this EP, and I see why people like Ice Spice. You know, they like the image, they like the drill, you know, the sound, and they want to hear it from a woman, and they want to hear her go about being a bad chick. You feel me? I just feel like I need a little bit more versatility. I need a little bit more lyrics from my artists, but at the same time, as far as fun, playful tracks, you know, Gangsta Boo, of course, Bikini Bottom, Munch, you know, the big one that was a hit, but really, I expect a little more.
She a baddie, she in the mood, bro. Come on, man. Where the energy at, bro? Like, come on, she has some bops, bro. What are you doing?
In the mood? That was cool. Again, you know, she's really been promoting her music on TikTok, so I've heard most of these tracks. I mean, one of them leaked. The Gangsta Boo one with Lil TJ leaked, so I've heard that. I mean, I understand, you know, you releasing a bunch of tracks that were cool, that were popping, and, you know, people ate up.
I feel like you really holding your tongue right now.
Am I holding my tongue, or am I just... Here's the thing with Ice Spice. I see room for growth. If she figures out how to lyrically put it together for me, you know, I understand she has fun. She has like little lines and stuff. I expect a little more. You know, I might be sounding like an old head, or you know, I get what you're saying, Deadly, but I ain't feeling it like that. I ain't feeling it.
All right. I gotta be the one who does it. All right, I'll be the nice guy. Princess Diana had a really good beat. I like the beat on Princess Diana. Yes. I like the sample on Gangsta Boo, like we was talking about before.
Yes.
You know, obviously Munch is a good song. As much as, you know, you could sit here and say like you don't got this. It's a good song, you know, right? It's got that one line that everybody knows. That's why it blew up on TikTok. She's got a couple good tracks, you know. She's got the energy. She's got the hype behind her. Like, you know, it's just hip hop, man. Like, she's just doing her thing, bro. That's all she doing. She just in her mood, bro. Come on, man. Now you ain't feeling it. It's okay.
No. I could argue like, oh yeah, she's just having fun. It's just playful tracks. But at this point, with me, I've heard a lot of music. I've heard a lot of catchy songs. I've heard a lot of songs that are like, oh yeah, it's just fun. And I think she can do a little bit more, even with her old songs like Clarity, the one where she sampled Clarity. She does playfulness, but she also has a little bit of, oh, okay, she's doing this sample, or oh, okay. And I think that's what she tried to do on Gangsta Boo. But, you know, Lil TJ, I know you were a fan of him back in the day, but me, I've never really been a fan of Lil TJ. So he did cool on the verse, you know, especially compared to Ice Spice. But I kind of like the playfulness. And of course, you could probably just play this, you know, with your girl, or your girl is playing it and you're just like, oh, yeah, it's cool. But for me, I didn't get any replayability out of this. But I do see the potential of Ice Spice continuing to make fun, playful tracks and continuing to sell this image that has worked for her so well.
Yeah. Okay. So, well, I mean, this fundamentally, like, let's break it down, right? So, is she a serious rapper or not? Yes, I believe she's serious. Is she a seriously good rapper? No, not particularly at all. Her fandom and fan base has put her in the limelight without her being like ready for like mostly any of it. So I feel like a lot of this stuff is just led up to us being disappointed because there's a lot of fan hype for songs that are not really anything special in comparison to anything else we see in the hip hop sphere. So really what she relies on at this point is her persona of being like, not give a fuck. I do it for the girls. Like, you know, we're going to make these tracks to turn up to, and we're not going to take ourselves seriously. That's what she gives off, right? Whole meme culture behind her. She's obviously got, some kind of appeal to the men, you know, right? Like, what is it? I don't know. With all these things, like it definitely culminates to like her having the maximum amount of virality. but like the minimum amount of substance. So really, like the reason why we're reviewing this is because like this is not good, bro. Like it's not good.
Yeah, she's playing into it perfectly. I mean, even the cover, the video she's been posting after the EP drop, you know, she's playing into it. I think she knows what she's doing. She's a smart businesswoman. I respect it. Music wise, I expect more from my artist, and I think that she can do a little more. I've seen her do more in her past songs. I think she really just focuses on the drill sound. I know she's trying to branch out of that maybe, especially as she blows up, because that's really New York centric. It is a popular sound, but we'll see how long New York drill lasts as far as, you know, being a big sound from that area. I think if she focuses on that and maybe perfects it, I think she could do that more and be better. Because the songs where she's really doing that, like I said, like Gangsta Boo, Munch, even some of her older ones where she's just doing random samples, but it makes it a drill beat. I'm not saying I hella fuck with it, but
It's hard for us to understand because I feel like it's a girl song without like substance, right? And like you can have girl songs and guy songs and they can have no substance, but really only the girls or the guys are gonna like it. So like with me, like you can say Future got no substance, and I'd be like, you probably right. I love that shit because it's just like it's for the niggas, bro. Like that's what it is. Ice Spice is just for the girls, bro.
yeah,
Like, it's really not for us. We really can't indulge in it because what does she really do besides like boost your ego while you're listening to her? Like that's what it is, really. It's like it's hype music. It boosts your ego. It makes you feel good about yourself, right? You know, you in your mood, or you know, this dude is lame, like he eats my pussy. Like
I also agree. Like, I think it's cool that she's doing it. She makes it for everybody, and she knows how to make it appeal to everybody, no matter who they are. I think that's a cool message. I think she's not really being negative. I think she's not hating on anybody else. That's why I've never really went out my way to hate on her, especially in that drill scene. You know, a lot of drill rappers are talking about killing people. They're talking about, you know, doing a bunch of shit. She's different. She's not talking about killing people. She's just talking about how bad she is. If that is what it takes for New York drill, maybe not to be that violent, and for a woman drill artist to blow up, I'll take it, I guess. But
yeah,
am I replaying this? No. It was funny also to see her play into the Bikini Bottom, like, you know, dropping a single and calling it Bikini Bottom, because people were saying it was a SpongeBob beat. So she was like, okay, well, I'll name it Bikini Bottom, since, you know, and playing into it, and it became a hit.
yeah.
She's dropped hits. I can't deny that. She dropped nothing but hits pretty much. Every song she's dropping, ever since a certain point, has become notable. You hear it all the time. It's all over TikTok. So if that's what you want, keep doing it. But, you know, I want a little bit more substance. I just need a little bit more. You know, I just feel like there's nothing. Yeah,
I need something, bro. Because dude with the girlfriend, right? What is there for me to enjoy from Ice Spice? And realistically, like, what do you see from her guy followers on her social media accounts? Like, she plays into it well, right? But like, what are they there for? They're not there for nothing. They're there just to be there, bro. Like literally, her fans are just there to be there. It reminds me of like Blueface, right? You know, Blueface blew up.
That's a good one.
We're just there to be there, bro, because it was a moment, right? Like nobody actually is like, this is the next greatest thing in hip hop, right? So you kind of just do it to meme and shit. And that's what I really don't like, is like we're putting people in places to like make fun of them or tear them down in a certain way, when we could really just be uplifting each other in general. And like you said, Ice Spice, perfect at uplifting her community. That's why I don't really go out of the way to hate on her either, because there's nothing to hate per se. It's just not my taste. We need to say something about it because, you know, it's been happening, right? But like, I really don't want to be an ass about it. Why do we keep getting these Ice Spice type characters instead of like, you know, people who actually got something, bro? Like, why is this the stuff that catches people's ears enough to share it versus, you know,
I mean, we know why. I mean, she's pretty, so I think that plays into it. Two, she knows how to sell an image. People went out their way to look up some of her old tracks, and it all plays into that. I think that's why labels, I think that's why even Drake was willing to see what's up with her, because she knows how to sell. She's found a way to connect with people on a level even without the depth. So if she figures out how to add some level of depth, especially for a project, maybe. But if she keeps playing into this, I see what you're saying. She could just be a meme that we put up for a minute, and then after a while, we fall in love with the new artist, you know, as far as the masses goes or their fans. So we'll see how that goes. Because I never really was once like she's going to be a one-hit wonder, because the fact that Munch blew up out of nowhere and then she found a way to promote her stuff on TikTok the way she has at the rate she has, she obviously is going to follow up with something notable. Like, people say Blueface is a one hit wonder, but really he had like 2.5. He had a few hits, technically. She might keep following up and drop more and more hits, or I think people are going to get tired of this though, because it's not really, it's like you play it once or twice, maybe a few times if you go into the club and shit, and then you move on.
It relies on virality. The whole formula is based on like people gonna eat it up, and people gonna share it and all that. And if they stop doing that at any point, then it's like a dead form, because there was no substance. Like you said, it's not something you can revisit. It was just a moment in hip hop, right? And it just sucks that we have so many of these fleeting moments. I mean, I want like something to like come up and like we all enjoy for a long time, but like I said, put people up to make fun of them to a certain degree, and they just take it, and then when we're done with them, we find somebody new to make fun of, somebody else. Oh, this guy, Blueface, got the crazy fucking off the wall flow. And then you got Ice Spice. Oh, I mean, she's bad, and she talks about dudes being something, bro, like just something stupid to make fun of at all times.
Sometimes they're laughing with you, sometimes they're laughing at you, and I think she's on that thin line. And I think once it hits a certain point, that line she's gonna go way over it, because if you're a meme, sometimes you got to keep being exaggerated. Sometimes you have to keep, falling into that meme image, and usually it doesn't work for long because memes come and go, and there's a new meme next week. I do see space for her staying in the game, especially because other people have shown that they mess with her. I think depending on who she continues to collab with, because I'm not completely hating this. I mean, I thought this was going to be bad. It wasn't like, man, turn this shit off. It was just like, man, you could have did more there. You could have did more with that Gangsta Boo sample. But it was a dope sample, and she did know, she did ride the beat. So that's what I'm saying. Like, she's not completely horrible. She's not like, turn this shit off. I see it, but I think she needs to do something else with the love and the hype she's getting now. Do that, take that next step with the album. Take that next step. I like that she dropped the EP first, because you get to gauge how people feel about this, and also it maybe get this out your system. These are the tracks that I kind of had at the moment.
I respect it for sure, bro. Like, because especially a lot of the times when we do get these people who pop off with a couple of singles, they don't drop an album or an EP for a long time, right? And they do it to the point where they're almost dead. Whoever's on her PR team, her marketing team, or if it's just her, props to y'all, because y'all know what y'all doing with the singles and the drop rate for sure. I think that she's maximized her virality entirely. Big props to her for being brave enough to, put out an EP this early, right? That just shows a lot about her and her character. So love Ice Spice the person. She's a great person. Ice Spice the artist, we on the fence. Y'all keep blowing it up for us, so we don't have to check for it, and then we'll give y'all some reviews. If y'all like it that much.
If people are eating it up, I'm not hating either. And I think that's good. Sometimes I be hating. I'm like, I don't see this. Or I'm gonna keep it real. Sometimes with these artists, I'm like, nah, this shit is garbage. This shit is ass. If that works for her, keep them coming.
Exactly. All right, thank y'all so much for rocking with us for this review. If y'all liked this content, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Check out the album or the EP, my bad. Check it out. I definitely think it's worth checking out, just so you can get an opinion on it. Don't trust everything I say. Make sure y'all follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, follow us on fucking YouTube. Subscribe, put the notification bell on. Thank y'all.
Thank you. With that being said, peace.